I wanted to check out my new trekking poles. I had some aluminum ones before, and to be honest, the first few hikes I went on, I chose not to use trekking poles at all. But I've come around to the advantages of backpacking with trekking poles. So I had some aluminum ones I tried out at first, and they were fine, and they actually really helped. There's several advantages that I found to using trekking poles over just walking without them. Number one, of course, is if you trip, you have another point of contact, and that definitely came in handy a few times. And also, when you're going downhill, you can kind of put them ahead of you just a little bit, or you're going uphill, you can use your hands to help push along and get a nice cadence going. And that does help. One of the big advantages that I found, though, that doesn't get talked about very much is it keeps my hands up, like my forearms parallel or my hands even a little above my elbows. And that really helps a lot when you're on the trail for quite a few hours. And without them, if your hands are just hanging down to your sides, I find that my hands kind of swell a little bit. You know, the pack is riding on your shoulder and constricting your shoulders a little bit. And with the trekking poles, I don't get any of that. So anyways, I upgraded to these Black Diamond Alpine carbons. And these are fantastic. I just weighed them, and both poles together weigh 17 ounces. So they're not the lightest, but they are pretty light. They are real light. They're cork handle, and I know that there's a lot of discussion cork versus the neoprene or whatever. I don't know. These were very comfortable to me. I didn't have any issues with them. I like them a lot. They're no blisters, nothing. These fold down. These have these toggles. So you lift it up, and then you can slide it out, and it gives you the measurements. So if you remember where you want to be, then you can just slide it out back to your original length every time. One issue that I did have with these is that tiny little set screw right there. You use that set screw to adjust the tension of these clamps, and you have to have enough tension to keep these things from sliding in and out when you're putting weight on them. I didn't check that the first time I went out, and so the right-hand one, the left-hand one was fine. The right-hand one, though, would kind of inch in just a little bit after a while, and I'd have to stop and pull it back out. So when I got home, I went to adjust the tension on it, and I found that the set screw was kind of buggered up. Now, they are blue Loctited in from the factory, but the set screw was just a little bit buggered up, and I had to work at it a little bit in order to get it loose. So I think I ordered 4 replacements straight from Black Diamond. And I'm going to put the new set screw in place of that buggered up one, and then I'll just keep an eye on them if anything happens. I'm actually thinking, since they're so tiny and don't weigh anything, I might take one of those, and I got one of the little Allen wrenches and just slide it in, just in case one of those comes out while I'm walking and gets lost. Let's see if I have just a second. These are the set screw, or the Allen wrenches, 1.5 millimeter. So you can, I just bought a few of these because they were cheap. So that's not going to take up any space or weight in the pack. And then I'll just team that with a spare set screw, one of those and a spare set screw. And it won't increase my load out at all, but then I'll have that as a spare because I'm using these also to set up my tent. I got a Durston X-Mid Pro 1, which I'll probably do a review on after I spend some time with it. So they're going to be important for me because these they're going to be important because these are what I'm going to set my tent up with. So I definitely want to make sure that everything's going to be good on those. So they have a carbide tip, which shows no wear at all, and it's replaceable even if it does show some wear. And yeah, so I believe I bought these at REI. They were about $200, so they are on the pricey side. But like I said, I'm going to be reliant upon these for setting up my tent and everything, and they're going to see a lot of miles. So I didn't mind spending the money and getting a nice set. I definitely recommend, if you're going on a longer hike, get a set of trekking poles, check the tensions, lean on them, and make sure that they don't slip before you hit the trail. And I think you'll find that they definitely earn their keep. All right, so that's my thoughts on that. Thanks for checking it out.